first game of December. I am JM. This is Iconic Production, and we are here with Heroes of Desolation. We are all back and perhaps slightly overfed from Thanksgiving, but we are here for the first session of December, and we're just going to get sort of right back into it. When we last left off, we had the group descended finally into the bowels of Sefan Keep. They recapped Interruptus. I'm going to start all over. Welcome. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
And bad. You guys, with the aid of Sir Orion, overthrew the Great Drainer. You went back and talked with Erasmus the Thin, and after trying to negotiate with Erasmus for Betsy, which then, did not go as smoothly as Y would have liked. What you did receive is a red enameled arrowhead that Erasmus said would get you in to the Red Alchemist's sort of auction, if you will, that was going to happen during the new moon a couple of weeks from now. And so, as you guys are packing up, getting ready to go, heading back to Sefan Keep, there is a ringing of this sort of crystal clear bell, and Betsy turns around and goes dragging herself off. And about 5 minutes later, there is a wet squelching noise, and Betsy comes back around the corner, and dragging behind her is what looks to be this large web of netting, like this large net of webbing. And Trip is sitting on top of it. And you can definitely see a hand holding a hammer coming out of it, as well as several green pokey spines. Now, before we start, what I'd like for everyone to do is go ahead and give me your icon relationship rolls.
All right. Can I have a dice roll?
Oh.
Never mind.
Anything, Trip?
I got 1-5.
With?
Shoot, the second one. I guess that's Demoth.
Sorry, I'm not sure who the second one is. I could make them as a Tanar icon if you would like. The second one.
The second one.
2 5s with the Red Alchemist.
Did you get 3 6s?
3 6s.
What?
Damn,
Sean,
fucking that's kind of spooky. I don't know about that. 3 6s?
Kinda,
Yeah, no, I was like...
a little sketchy.
Did you get anything?
I got a 6 for the Spell Queen.
This is my...
And then the other 2 are unfortunate.
All right.
I got 1 6 with them.
A 6 with Demoth. All right.
2 with the Wanderer and 1 with the Guild of Fallen Leaves.
Wow.
Alright, well, we have to use all those up tonight.
I know, right?
I got 1 with
Never
the
gonna
Ruiner
roll that good ever again.
and 1 with the Guild of Fallen Leaves.
What? 5s or 6s?
5 for the Ruiner and a 6 for the Guild of Fallen Leaves.
I've never actually gotten anything for the Guild before.
I think I did once.
Thank you.
Oh.
There was that one time
They can, like, Amazon Prime you things.
at
Not a sponsor.
what?
At Bandcamp?
At Bandcamp.
Is that what
yeah.
you were going to say?
Yeah.
Wait,
That one time
wait
at
a
Bandcamp.
minute.
Been there, done that.
All right. Erasmus goes, "Oh, look, Betsy found your friends."
Hey guys, where you been? Oh, nice.
Oh, hey,
Nice.
we found, did we find Darul?
Darul, you did?
Yeah, we found Darul. And by we, I mean Trip. And then Trip made sure that, hey, that mage that, like, stabbed me, she's here, right? Like,
No.
I have her body, right?
You do not.
Shoot.
Nice try, though.
I just
Trip.
saw my notes that said, find me the cold-souled one, the mage with the scorpion tail mask.
You went off
no.
at the end
Trip on a
of
trip?
2 sessions ago to discover Darul and figure out where he had gone and what had happened.
Okay.
So,
Trip went on a trip.
that's right. What did Trip discover
Why?
on her trip to recover Darul? Remember, Darul was taken captive.
Mhm.
So, why don't you narrate that as a montage?
Okay, so Trip went on a trip to go find Darul.
Yep.
With her little Varling, because
Yes.
the Varling is still alive, right?
The Varling is definitely still alive.
I'm afraid to name him because the second I do, he's just gone.
Get smashed.
So we're gonna just call him V for
Varling.
Very hopeful it doesn't die.
You just named him.
Yep, I did. He's dead. He's dead this session. So V and I went off on a trip. I think some of it probably had to do with Trip's curiosity of the Great Drainer,
Okay.
and the fact that the Var and the Varlings became interested in the Great Drainer. So I don't know how much I can montage here. I'm not entirely sure where Darul was
Darul, when you had been kidnapped, what kidnapped you?
again.
Yeah, again, for the second time.
Should just rename you Princess
You
Peach.
were marked by the
I was just going to say, not to Mario this, but your dwarf was in another castle. Who is guarding him in World 2?
So clever.
They never washed the bag. They just bag,
Oh, you just got bagged?
bagged,
Okay.
and tagged.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Call it even or odd.
Was it the guild?
Odd.
No,
Okay.
I couldn't understand them.
No.
So you can go as humorous with this as you like.
Cool.
Okay.
He's like, you've played Breck before.
I heard that.
So, Trip, what did you discover when you found Darul, and how did you free him?
Okay. I discovered him with a bag over his head with nothing but his undershorts on, up on a Varline web above a roiling broil cauldron with a little bit of some pepper and some spices in there,
Oh, yeah.
and a little bit of sage. It dials back the spicy taste of the dwarf. Don't ask.
Takes away from the saltiness.
Yeah. Don't ask Trip how she knows this.
Listen, you all lived lives before you became adventurers.
We've seen some things, man.
Seen or tasted?
Both?
And I don't know why that became an A, but now I'm like regretting it so much.
You should.
I regret my choices. Okay, so it was a bunch of, I would say it was a group of Varlings,
Okay.
much like V, and maybe a couple Var.
Okay.
And the Var were probably the ones who were slowly about to descend him into this roiling broil of soup. How did I save him?
Yeah.
V and I concocted Black nails. I sent V ahead to tell the stories of Black Nails. I don't have them anymore.
Aw.
I know, it's so sad. I have this one. So V went ahead to the other Varlings to tell the great stories of Black Nails. And they came to my side, and we all attacked the Var. And did I pick up more Varlings?
Yes.
Give me a charisma plus level roll.
No! Okay.
Your charisma's great.
It is, but I'm scared.
This is right where I want PCs. 15?
Third? No?
8 plus 5?
Wait, oh,
Never tell me the odds.
go backwards. I added 2 because for some reason in my head when you said,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. So hold on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So it seems that V is not as likable as the rest of the Varlings.
We're always the black sheep of the
That's
group.
right. However, you do save him from a ignoble brazing.
Did V die?
V did not die. V is
Okay.
still, remember, he's still with you. And
Okay.
it is still with you. I do not know how, if you have had time to ask anything
Any
of
personal
thee
questions?
At this point. Any personal questions? You know, like genetic history, or like your characters normally do when they encounter NPCs.
Totally.
All right, so you were saved by this Varthan, and on your way back up through one of the lower levels, the sound of just horrific violence comes rolling down the hallway towards you, and you can see, locked in a battle with a masked figure in robes, you can see Colin. Colin is fighting.
Colin is masked in robes?
No,
Masked?
she's fighting with someone in Maston who's masked with robes.
They stabbed me.
Also, the person who is masked with robes
robes.
is wielding your other hammer to rule and is just kind of smashing it repeatedly. And when I say rolling, I mean rolling. Like, Colin is flipping this person over, slamming them into walls. Pulses of magical energy surround them and, like, slam them in further down. So, Darul and Trip and Colin, how did you survive this fight?
I managed to, well, since you say it was just vicious violence, I managed to break their wrist and they dropped the hammer,
Okay.
at which I assumed Darul swooped in and picked it up.
Yeah, and nothing but my skivvies, apparently.
You
That's
weren't
the word
wearing
I
pants
was
to begin
looking
with.
for.
I assume you took the bag off your head, though, right?
But yeah, I was taken off
There you go.
at some point.
Yeah, you could make that into a little...
Overcoat?
Yeah, you're small.
A wrap, it's fine.
No, it would have hindered my movement. And nothing but my skivvies. Enraged at the sight of my other hammer, I just immediately charged as fast as possible to pick up my other and strike at this mage.
All right. Between the
Cloaked
three of you,
figure.
you pulp. It did not have very much life left in it when it stabbed Colin, and the two of them disappeared. But what did remain was very quickly bludgeoned, rather handedly, out of it. And Trip, using your pulling on the thread power, you were able to find your way back to where the rest of the group is. And that's, you did see this monstrous undead monstrosity come down.
It's a dragon
hall.
head and, like...
It's a dragon head and a giant arm that have basically been stitched together.
Ew.
And named Betsy.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
dragon head, though.
before
it's a
we
little
left,
cooler.
It's a
this
little
masked
cooler.
one is the cold one that we, in theory, were set out to find. So is there any identifier that I can take back to say, hey, look, we did it?
You were
Pay
sent
us.
out here to find whoever was looking into the Legion of the Scorpion.
Right.
You did find.
Find me the cold-souled one, mage with scorpion tail mask. I take notes.
I have the mask on my
That,
face right now, and I'm
No,
a little
that was the
terrified
one
of
you
it.
said.
I think that note might
Oh.
need to be
I'm glad I gave it to
updated
you.
as the person
No, I
with the
see.
mask said, "Bring me the cold soul."
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring me the
I don't remember
cold
what we were
soul.
looking
Oh, because
for.
we're looking
Punctuation.
for the...
That was at the very beginning.
Double
sorry,
checking.
right.
We're looking for the
Cold-souled one is one of
cold-souled
us.
one in...
Someone is looking for the cold soul one. The reason you came to Van Sefan Castle was because the oxen who is in charge of adventurers back in Druthan told you that he had seen that scorpion.
Oh, right. From the people who attacked
Boaz.
in town.
Heraldry. Yeah, Boaz told you that.
But we
Right.
found out
Notes.
about someone else out in another distant area that we were eventually maybe going to make our way to.
Yes, you did discover that last session in the fact that.
Oh, also we were watched.
Yes, you were being watched. That when the Legion of the Scorpion was bound here, their general was not. Their general was fighting off somewhere to the south in the Desolates, and something like the vision that you had was of the Desolates, but like green and vital and living.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of your things for this session was you can go back to Druthan and investigate, kind of go through and see what you can find out about this place. The other thing is that you do have that token that will get you into this month's Aberration auction.
We're
Would you
going
like
to
to go to the auction? Maybe get some vengeance? Maybe not.
Where's the monster?
Stab evil in its face! Orion says from her shoulder.
So cute.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
What's,
Sorry you've been
What's the
created,
thing
but
on
we're
the
also needing to go visit
He's
your
like a-
creator.
What is Orion?
He is a
Fearless tiny
A-
warrior.
a-
He's technically a pixie.
tiny knight.
He's like this big.
Okay, so yeah.
He's way smaller than that.
Way smaller
He's
than
like
that.
this big.
Maybe when he's standing up on his tiptoes.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like 3.5 inches tall.
I bet these are the dice you roll.
They'd be a little big, yeah.
That's right.
It's too cute for one day.
Sure.
So,
That's
you guys have
fine.
all regrouped.
We
Y is back
been
with you.
enjoying it.
Darul is reunited with his hammers. Betsy is back in the hall. Erasmus is telling you to have fun storming the
Just my
castle.
hammers.
Hey, I think we found your armor. Please put it on.
Oh yeah, we totally found your armor. Trip probably found it a long
I got
time
you.
ago and didn't want to give it to you until you rejoined the group, and then just kind of.
Like made it show up.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from either. I totally didn't see you pull it out of the backpack.
All right, suit up. Let's go.
All right, so you guys are heading back. Where are you guys headed to?
I assume we want to go back to town so that we can.
Ruthin?
We could tell the oxen leader guy what we saw, and then we can go tell. Yes, but also not by a monster because we have our own, who is free.
Sure.
Talking about
Freed
Orion?
kind of thing. Not like free as in we get you for free.
I do believe that he is pointing at your friend Carlin, and while she is monstrous, I do not believe that the heart of a monster beats within her chest.
Thanks, buddy.
I don't know where to. Chester too. Technically over here.
Its chest. I do not mean to imply that you are an it. I just cannot tell your shape underneath your armor and rags.
Uh-huh.
I'm Sir Orion.
I want to.
Colin.
Yeah, you are.
Stay
Female.
She!
Well, shall we?
Colin is just like bright red. Like, ah.
All right.
Sure. To Druthin.
So the journey back to Druthin is without incident. We're not going to do a montage for that yet. We have other things that we are yet.
We'll
So-
do a montage later when we
Yes,
leave for other
after-
things.
After these 5 days return journey, you come over the Herald River, and there's Druthin again, kind of set up against the foothills of the Broken Chains Mountains. You can see that again the second ring of walls is almost done, but the city is still growing, and so there seems to be plans for kind of erecting a new set of walls, like a third tier out. But the trade is bustling. There are caravans coming in. It looks as if whatever assault happened 10 days ago has not really impacted the city that much.
Good gravy.
So as you return into the city of Druthin, where would you like to go?
Talk to our boss man.
Go see Boaz.
How much money do we have?
I don't know.
You will soon have
Wait, no,
more
I have.
because
Oh no, I have it all written down. Look at that.
Neat.
Glad you know.
We got money, guys. By we, I mean, I think this is all together. We have 725. As a partay. Unless
I have
someone has
not been
somebody
taking
else.
good notes.
all right. You quickly find your way.
You and I have
Are you all
725.
headed that direction
I think
To
so.
where? Where do we go?
to Boaz's?
Yeah, I don't know. Do we need to go shopping?
Do we want to try and get money from Boaz first?
Okay,
Mhm.
fine.
Ooh, that's
And then pick up some healing potions.
a good idea.
Yeah.
That
that'd
is
be good.
right.
Yeah.
Your
Oh yeah.
rogue
I like to kindly remind people that we can get paid for what we do.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though he doesn't roll very well, he's still useful.
Good point. I also want to take my pieces of true obsidian and somehow work them into my claws. Because that would be fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that obsidian dagger thing.
Claws, not like claws.
Yeah, you would have to
Contract.
find an alchemist or perhaps a blacksmith in town who would be able to forge that into something for you.
Yes, I'm going to do that for sure.
Or at least a foundry that Darul could use to help with that. But you return to the House of Blades, and it is very, very quiet. Boaz, as you kind of approach, you can hear the ting of Boaz spitting into his spittoon.
That's a tongue twister. Spitting into his spittoon.
I practice it in the mirror
Nailed it.
for an hour.
I totally epically... Is it a single door or is it a double door?
I feel like for whatever you're about to do, it's going to be a double door.
Excellent! I'm
That's
gonna push it open.
Yeah,
With all of us striding
dramatic
through. Yes.
that's right. Boaz has his hooves up on
I should have
his
like a
desk.
cowboy hat.
Yeah. Why are you all walking in slow motion?
It's more majestic.
more awesome.
I'm really sore.
You're
Been hanging above him.
Say,
Yeah, he's had a rough time.
rosemary, maybe a hint of thyme. That's just me.
It's a
Sage.
lemon. It's the lemon you smell.
So I take it you're not dead. No.
Not dead yet, although I did
Only
almost
sort
die
of.
several times.
Only mostly.
It's kind of his thing now.
So, tell me everything. Did you find? Was the
I guess I point to his face? Because
Yeah,
somebody
my
has the
face
mask on?
is definitely scorpion-y. Don't worry, I'm not a scorpion person.
It's just what a scorpion person would say.
That's fair.
He kind of sets out some would call it a very heavy crossbow, some would call it a small ballista, but it is definitely sitting on the desk and more or less pointed at you. I'm going to need a lot more information.
Well, this...
And who is this one?
I wanted to ask a question for reference.
Sure.
Is it, as a scorpion mask, is it like a plain mask, like with a scorpion painted on
like-
it? Is it like a...
It is like a scorpion that kind of...
Scorpion claws going like this, and then the tail sort of wrapped around, and I think is resting like along my spine.
Yeah.
That's even
Which is
better.
super scary.
Yeah.
Like, I'm terrified constantly.
No, yeah.
Is it stuck on your face?
I don't know.
Oh, good.
People have not asked to take off any magic items yet, so that's just kind of where we're leaving it right now.
Yeah, because I'm afraid that if we take them
I
off,
mean,
then
too.
we won't be able
I
to
have
use
that
them
one,
anymore.
the Scorpion's Ult, but mine does something nice, so
This
it becomes
is
a little extra attack.
Darul.
Yeah.
We found him up at the castle.
He was
there.
hovering above a big basin leading out into it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a good time.
We killed the great drainer, the mage, who was attempting to open up.
Yeah. V is like...
And that's where the scorpion thing came from. And then I accidentally kind of put it on, and now I'm nervous to take it off.
Why don't you take it off?
Can I touch it?
Yeah, I don't want to take it off. I don't want you to
I'm
touch
gonna touch it, and I get a small little bit of insight into it. That's it. That's the game.
That's it.
That's the game. So, does she find out I can take it off, or...
I don't roll, so.
No, I know. Hopefully you're enjoying playing this class.
No, I think it's awesome.
Okay.
It's nice when you're kind of like, I am now frustrated.
So, in touching this mask, you get a brief glimpse of insight into it. And you can see a rather severe-looking woman in dun-colored armor.
In what? I'm sorry, what color?
Dun-colored, so like a
Almost this color.
almost that, like a little bit lighter than that color.
Neat. Done.
D-U-N.
I didn't know that was a color.
Often used to describe horses.
I thought that was dung. Like, with G at the end.
Nope. That's
That
something
also is
completely
used to
different.
describe horses, but usually their smell and not their color.
Cool.
I have an uncle who breeds thoroughbreds, and I'm over here like, a bay? What? A dapple?
Okay, severe looking woman.
So, yeah.
She is conjuring scorpions into her hand, and you can see them leaping out towards a group of about a dozen who are kneeling before her, and they sort of strike and end up in very similar positions to the one that he has.
But they strike at it.
Yeah.
I didn't get struck at.
Wait, the scorpions strike at the mask?
They jump off of this woman's
And
hand
become
onto
masks.
their face and become masks.
Cool.
So we need to find that person.
I'm just gonna take it off.
No! I'm not gonna let you take it off. I'm not gonna let her take it
Okay,
off.
was a
here's the thing.
I don't think
If
there's
you don't
anything
take
wrong
it
with
off, I'm gonna let Boaz shoot that at you.
I've already almost died.
I've got 2
Too
levels
many
of rogue.
times.
This is a sneak attack.
I don't know if that's quite how that works.
Oh,
I'm pretty confident that I can
it's
take
how
off.
it works.
Oh.
I explained to
but-
Colin that I'm pretty confident that we can just take it off.
Just prove that you're not under the mask's influence, and then you can put it back on.
I don't want to get stung.
To
All
grab
right,
the tail.
fine.
Wait. This is important. I want to be like searching through my hair, and I want to get a flower and give it to them.
That's very important. She's been really
are we talking
helpful
about?
like that the whole time.
I had
She's
no
had a-
doubts.
She had a dance
No
party.
doubts. He kind of reaches into that big journal where he marked all your names, and he seems to erase something. Not a doubt in my mind.
Cool.
Is this
So-
one's name going on the list?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna hang out with us. Seems like.
Figured
right?
out a
Hang
name
out with
yet?
is such a. I think more like kill things with you.
Okay.
Smash things.
You want to be paid for that?
That'd
Then
be-
yeah, he's part of the
that'd
group.
be good. Yes.
Darul? Is that what I heard your name was?
Yes.
Do we have a name for our group?
Trips.
No. That can be your diary.
Trips, no.
trips turn tricks? Is that what you're
Trips turning.
Alliterations just kind of sometimes
That's
run.
different. That's a different. They're different.
We also
juggle.
stopped a large undead army from being released.
The
Just
Legion?
so you know.
We're still not done talking about this mask.
That's right.
I would.
I
like to get to
appreciate
this
you
point.
stopping the Legion from rising.
Might want to send someone out there just to make sure it's good.
I did. They came back. They said it was good. Do I need to send them out again?
That'd be us.
No.
Now, about this mask, you gonna take that off?
No,
I thought we were past that. She
Yeah.
said no.
it's part of your fashion statement.
See? Yeah.
Shoot him.
Fashion.
Yeah, I know fashion. And he points to the flower around his horn.
You want to give me one of those? So we can give it to Scorpion, see if he holds on to it. That would be fun.
Just take off the mask.
wouldn't that be
and
so
then put it
cute?
back on.
You can show us that you can take it off of your own volition. Or I have several mancers, and they're not the pleasant kind of mancers like this one, the necromancers. These tend to be more of the, well, yes, by his guts I can tell that he wasn't under control, or, here, drink this bowl of chicken bones. If you don't choke and die, you're not under control.
Nice.
Those kinds of mancers.
I don't know how to take it off, but I'm gonna just put my hand here and be like, "Hey, Scorpion thing, you want to come off?" And see what happens.
While you do that, apparently Trip grabs the 2 claws.
Oh no, that's dumb.
So,
Now I'm gonna get hurt.
now you're totally going to get hurt. We all saw it coming. You take 5 points of damage as you go to pull them off. The claws start biting into his skin and tearing chunks out.
Oh no, she'll release.
Right, no. It continues to pull for a little bit just to make its point.
Thanks,
Four of them.
guys. 5.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not volitional.
Could I hit it with a hammer?
No, I'm not letting you hit me in the face with a hammer.
Down in the face, the back of the head.
That is not better.
But okay.
Is that one part of your group? And do you have a name yet? You don't have to have one, but eventually... Listen. I love the folks of Druthan. If you don't give them a name, they'll give one to you.
Dude,
And they are not kind.
There was one that I heard the other day. It was Barty's Busters or his troops. It was it was rough. It was not a healthy name.
If not, I'll run interference for you as long as I can.
Okay.
Any other?
We'll work on it.
I feel like I'm trying not to slip into Gregor, but
I noticed every time,
so.
especially it gets worse when you look at just us.
Yeah, that's right. I'm looking at you guys. So, any other news to report?
Found my
Legions
other
put
hammer.
down.
I know this doesn't mean anything to you, but
No,
it's,
man.
it's very
A man's hammer.
Oh,
Very
we don't
important.
need to talk about that.
Do you need a blacksmith by any chance?
It's with the guild. We don't need to talk about that.
Also, since you forced me to try and take off this mask, do you have any healing potions for us so that I can not be injured forever?
It's an occupational hazard.
I got a healing potion for you.
I mean, I can sell you healing potions, but
Yeah, we'll buy some.
Wait, shouldn't we also get paid for our
Oh yeah, we
adventure?
should get paid.
Yeah.
We did just stop a whole legion and, a bunch of other stuff, so,
yeah. So you weren't doing this out of any altruistic bent, or
I mean, you definitely told us that we were working for you.
I did do that. So
But also, we are in it for the adventure and the
that is
excitement.
good, and also the sage advice of a wise adventurer such as myself.
I'm about to get mad at you, I think.
Always negotiate price before you do the job.
We
So-
did.
We could just put some mud on your face.
So-
That'll fix it.
We totally did, guys.
No.
Hey.
Willing to give you each 100 gold. You want to put that towards your...
Can I suddenly question? Does
I
he
have a
have
question too.
a coin purse on
He
his
does
person?
not.
Coin purse. Aw, how cute.
You could also check to see if he has money around him.
Hey, I have a question. Any chance that my elemental hermit of the woods thing might grant me the knowledge to be able to make like healing potions from like stuff you find in the woods? Like natural.
If you were out in the woods,
Essential
yes.
oils.
You would be able to find...
Essential oils.
Essential.
Yeah. You would be
I
able
will
to
take
brew
the
some.
100 gold, though.
I'll, normally we charge about 150 for gold
Yeah,
for
for
healing potions. So, do you guys want to pay the difference, or I could just pay you in, 4 healing potions? You do enough. You butt enough
It's up to you
heads,
guys.
and basic math becomes a little difficult.
Would you like 4 healing potions or
How bigger healing potion?
pay 100?
bargain
How big?
for more.
Do we have
They're
any money?
Also, yeah, I think
They're
we
good
should get
size.
more money so
We
that
have
we go.
so
if
could
we go in the
Weaver
auction and we want
materialize
something.
one
We
under-
can
What do you
I have
say?
125 gold pieces and
When
I
he
have
opens the
600
drawer,
gold
yes.
in gems.
Yes.
Because I would like to try and get my dagger smelted or whatever.
Do you want healing potions or money?
I vote money.
A little bit of both.
And I
Can we bargain for like
And I can
3 potions and 400 gold?
I don't think that
JM?
math.
It doesn't.
That's fine.
We definitely get more out of that. If
We
ask
could
for
get
that.
2 healing potions
tell
and
him that.
300 gold.
2?
2 healing potions and 300 gold.
How about 200
Well, I
and
was-
350? Or 2 healing potions and 350.
That's what I want.
Well, it's nice to want things. Go ahead and give me a who's going to make the roll.
Yeah, that's probably going to be me.
So you want
No, you do not make the roll.
2 healing potions.
Actually, yeah.
Use a tiny
2
die.
healing
Use
potions
a tiny die.
and
I'm
2
gonna harder
healing
the cards
potions
then.
and
That's-
300
Oh, yeah, I'll let
gold is 600.
That's
Yeah.
mention your charisma scores.
So that's-
you're 50 more than you would than what he negotiated.
I'm going for it.
So yeah,
guys.
that's what he's
Do it.
asking.
I
He's asking
can't
for
wait.
300 for 50 more.
It's going to be so
What
bad.
about-
Although,
what
A
about
natural
your
one
chakra?
is he agrees to it, but
What about your
he
chakra?
pulls the trigger by accident. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, what's your background?
Oh,
Andrew, if you have a
Could I do
background
like
bonus.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
intimidation?
I'm going to use my temple diplomat.
Are you wanting to help? All right. So before you roll, go ahead and give me a strength plus level plus.
Or you can just
Warlord?
tell him you're a warlord and be
Yeah.
like, yo,
No,
If
I'm
you
not,
get-
who I
I'm not
am,
telling anybody.
give me what I
If you
want
get
or
a
I'll
15
murder
or
you.
higher, you will give him a
15,
bonus.
nat 15.
Total of 15 or higher, you will give him a bonus
It
on.
would be so very to be like, yes,
Oh,
I'm on the way
yep,
to godhood and
Yeah.
I'm warlord, but no.
Yeah, you. He does not find you intimidating. Does find you interesting.
Okay, that's fair. It's all you.
All right. Temple Diplomat, can I use Constitution as well, or no?
No, you would be using, in this case, you'd be using Charisma.
Charisma.
Yep.
So they can't use their
Right.
character background bonus?
He gets his back.
Oh, he
gets
does get
Temple Diplomat plus
Oh,
level.
Nat 20.
Well, it all balances out. All right, fine. Let it never be said that
You should burn
I
it
wasn't
more.
grateful. All right, so he puts 2
Thank you.
potions on the table. You snitch
So
one
that'd
with
be a
your heart of the
total of-
cards.
28.
Yeah, I would have rolled really high.
I don't need a blacksmith,
Do you want the healing potion?
but
No, you can hold on to it.
don't mean to be
I was trying to say that.
dwarfish, but how are you
Actually,
at blacksmith?
yeah,
Wait.
I should hold one of those. That would make sense.
If he opens the thingy,
Sorry.
couldn't I have taken one of those and then he put the other 2 on the...
That's what I'm saying. You got a total of 3.
Oh,
healing
okay, I
potions,
see. So I have...
Because you
Okay.
just stole one?
I totally did.
Nice.
She has no
Make sure
morals.
you write it down.
She eats people. Come on.
We've been
Dude, it was
missing.
rough that year.
There's several of the blacksmiths in town have gone missing recently. Not anything nefarious. They've just shipped out. So if you're looking for work, I'm sure any one of the foundries that are currently in place, the Bronze Bell, or Cordon's Hammer, either of those 2. If you're looking for work that doesn't involve going out and possibly dying,
The Bronze Bell or the
or Cordon's Hammer.
Cordon's Hammer. And which would you recommend, Boaz? Which might you think we'd find more favor with?
I know Cordon has been hit hardest. He had the largest foundry in town, and several of his chief smiths and apprentices have been poached. So if you need help, if you're looking for work, that's where I'd head.
Do you think we'd be able to utilize the foundry if we could?
Oh, tell Cordon I sent him. He owes me.
I got a dagger that you can make for
Thank
me.
you.
Now, anything else?
Yeah. Hey, where was that auction being held?
Oh,
You don't know
we
when the
Okay.
yeah, you'll know when the when the token lights up.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just spill this, and sorry if you were gonna try to keep it a secret. But apparently, there's gonna be more auctioning for, aberrations and abominations and...
Monstrosities!
Thank you.
It's
Thank
so weird
you,
to look
Orion.
at her instead of you.
I know. It's so cute.
Would you like it to not happen?
No, it's fine. We'll probably be investigating it. Don't suppose there's something about that you would want
Like, are there any coupons?
done.
Or things you need to know.
I would like to buy a 2-for-1 Halloween special. No, I did not realize that the Red Alchemist had... I mean, I assume. She moves...
Pretty you.
The Alchemist moves around the Desolates. If they're coming here, they're guaranteed to bring a type of crowd that neither I nor Provost Gree would want. The crowd that goes to these auctions are usually the kind that I send your kind after.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can get into there and find a way to stop it, or figure out what's going on, maybe find a way to make sure they don't come back to Druthen, we'd reward you.
How much?
Ah, see, already learning. Feels to me like you're level 2 adventurers.
Something like that. But can you really put a number on experience?
Yes, actually.
Every 4 fights.
That's right.
Every 4
I'm
fights.
already getting like...
Some people who have come through the House of Blades count them down to the very point, but that is neither here nor there. Very well. If you can disrupt the auction,
Okay.
it would be worth 1,000 gold pieces to you all.
Each?
No, like 1,000
Okay.
for the job. But I'd also give you, would raise your esteem in my eyes, if you can find a way to keep her from coming back. take Druthin off the route, I'd be willing to go as high as 2.
You mean killer?
No, that's impossible.
Yeah,
You're welcome to
can't
try.
Really do that.
From what I
We're
understand,
level 2. Calm down.
this red alchemist is
She's
anything that can make the kind of things that she makes. I don't know if anyone this side of the Rivner or the Wanderer would be able to stop her.
Will Smith gestures to Colin.
We'll
The Will Smith meme?
got it.
Like how I
All right, we will do our best.
I thought you were talking about
This
an
is the
actual
page
Smith.
we're all on.
right.
Just
That's it. We'll do it.
All right, and the Legion is locked down.
Yes, and part of my soul.
Just the
Don't
toe.
worry about it though.
Just the toe.
I think we'll be
soul down?
swinging back through there in a little while to double check on that.
Wait, legitimately, your soul?
Do you think there's any way?
Just like his foot.
Is there anyone that,
That was
we
it.
can keep?
Doesn't even need
An
that.
That's okay. I
abandoned
just have terrifying
castle
dreams
is,
every time I
is
fall asleep.
always prime real
Forever.
estate.
Guri would be very happy if that castle was no longer abandoned.
Hey guys,
Are we
No,
gonna
we are not playing
conquer-
Empire Builder again.
you know what we could do? We could set up a base.
I don't want to accidentally have an empire built on top of another empire that somehow eventually gets unleashed and just destroys us from the inside out.
Is
But
Like a rough day.
castle.
there a
Could we find a
forge
different
in the
one?
castle?
What was that?
Forge in the castle.
We could make one.
I mean,
and
there
it's
were a lot
close
of
to a route
things.
to the mines, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Doesn't need
don't
to
know of any mines. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
it's
lie.
super close to the mines.
I've never heard of them.
Takes hand, puts over.
Just saying, if we want a base of operations, guys.
Treehouse.
If I can find it.
You can. There's,
No,
that,
I
there's
wanna
that
be
old
closer to the
oak
ground.
tree and the.
Close.
There was a nice little like
underground,
upper area that you
That
could
would be
like
better.
and we can
forage
keep
and
our
make
eye on
cheese
this.
and do your
arm.
voodoo-y weird
Voodoo?
stuff.
Do that voodoo you do? You do so well.
We just need some guards and acolytes and people to take care of the castle while we're gone.
How is this abomination like ready with delusions of grandeur? I mean,
Because she's Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of my best friends
All
had
in.
delusions of grandeur.
Did they?
We're also not going to talk about
I like it kind of crazy.
how old I am and how long I've been around, and I've seen houses rise and fall. It's fine.
Okay.
Dang.
Stuff.
That's pretty cool.
We'll think about
I
that.
like it crazy.
So yeah, keep it like off market for a little bit.
That's not how this works, but
It's alright. I mean, we've already eradicated the people there once. I mean, if we had to do it again.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Kill them once, we kill them again.
Yeah, you only died like 3 times, but
You got
know,
another
it's
foot.
Fine.
Only twice, and I didn't all the way die. Yes?
this mage that you took out,
Mm-hmm.
any
Smashed. Pulverized.
any link to the ones that struck here? Any?
Yes, they had a scorpion mask, and they were looking for the someone,
That does not help me at all.
the
Cold
cold-souled
soul.
one, which it sounds like our Varling friend has maybe seen.
I'm not V. V's over here.
Our
Varthin?
Varthin friend.
Oh, Varthin friend. Wait. The cold souled one?
No,
We don't know who that is yet.
Yeah.
No.
I saw
My
what did
money's
I
on
see?
that
You
Well,
had
you
the
saw a
vi-
person making all the scorpion
You had
masks.
this,
Oh, right.
and who had the vision of the tower in the general?
Nice.
I thought that was
I
why.
mean, she's a fake.
I think that was why, actually, for some reason, because you were
you
on
weren't
an
here last
adventure.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because I remember when I touched...
Or no, it might have been her. She might have seen it through the souls of the dead people.
No, I saw a dude.
I need to write down. I have...
There's a lot of things that have happened.
I have.
I'm gonna have to go back and just rewatch.
We're looking for the cold sold one.
So homework next week.
So we can
is,
send some other people to try and look for the cold sold one too.
I'll see what I can do. Well, all right. Sounds like you have a lead that you're going to track down.
I guess.
We have a couple.
Wait, do we?
Yes.
If you have any, you've earned your place here in the House of Blades. So, if you ever need a place to rest or recuperate, come here.
Can I sleep now?
Yes.
Do you need to?
I could get some. I can use rest and some ale.
We okay going around town and shopping?
Yeah, I think it's time to go
wait.
shopping.
5 threads.
All right, so
Boaz, just give me a pint of your. What's a pint of your best ale?
I don't think he's a.
he's not a bartender, but
No,
he can.
we're still in the House of Blades. What's
He's
the
like,
best ale in the house?
He picks up the keg that was behind the desk and pours you a cup. All right, so you're staying and drinking with Boaz?
I've just won, and then I'm gonna hit the road.
All right.
Gotta wake up.
What is the plan? Unnamed adventuring group.
Also, potential names.
To be determined.
With Black Bones and Sparky.
Sparky, Sparky, boom, boom.
No, I was thinking.
As I said, if you don't pick it, it gets picked for you.
Say like something along the lines of like, Black Bones or
Black Nails.
there. We already have Black Nails. Black Nails.
Yes.
But
Sparky, stabby, black nails.
yeah. Okay.
No.
So Colin has a shopping list
Sparky.
that she has to take care of.
Okay.
Cheese, rabbits,
Horrifying heroes.
and then seeing if she can get these obsidian pieces.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with you and try and get those worked on.
Orion will do that as well because he has a piece of obsidian. I think it sounds like Darul is going to be the one to make the weapons.
You gonna make some weapons for us?
The weapons are my hands. I don't know that I really want to.
Well, there's other people who have
My hands.
obsidian pieces.
Yeah, there's
You've
other
got
people.
strong hands.
I can't say
Yeah, no, you can't. No, stop it.
that.
Stop
I'm
it,
just
Captain
gonna
Hammer.
I'm just gonna read my notes.
So would I go to a forge for that? Or?
If you want them implanted in your...
I don't know how to do that.
Alchemist?
No, you probably have to go to, at the very least, the Red Alchemist's auction, because she has underlings who would be available for that.
I have these two things, and I'm sitting here staring at them.
You could find... Are they fives?
They're both fives.
Could I could help you out. I only have the Wanderer and the Guild. The Guild could deliver her, maybe?
Amazon Prime.
Are you trying to find an underground flesh
Not
sculptor to
I have a
implant-
feeling I'll be waiting till the auction.
Okay,
Sorry,
you can
flesh
spend your
sculptor?
tokens, to find an underground flesh sculptor to put those in your...
Kind of do.
Somebody
Basically,
who
Exactly
gained-
as it sounds.
Not so much.
Like sketchy black surgery.
Like if you
Black
wanted
market sketchy surgery.
vampire fangs and
That,
venom to come out, that's
yeah.
where you would go.
Whoa. Cool.
Yeah, like that.
Can I do that?
I got true obsidian too. I don't know what the heck
Yeah,
I'm
we all
gonna
have
use
some
it for.
pieces of it.
All right. So who is going to the blacksmith? Let's start there.
I'm going to Forge.
Okay. So you two and
Orion.
Orion. But my weapon.
Oh. You can go.
I will
with
be
them.
back.
Yeah, you can go with it.
Yeah,
I was gonna show him around the city and
Oh, well, in that
introduce him to all
case,
my
and he
friends.
tosses you his piece of obsidian.
His
Make
little-
that into a blade for me,
Baby.
Squire Miles.
Yeah.
Squire Miles.
Yeah. Alright, also, I'm gonna have my hood up so that people don't think I'm trying to murder them today.
Yeah, that's probably a really good idea because I had
do you want
already
a mask?
rolled to see what happened. So good call on averting that.
Already
Yeah,
got
I
a
did
mask.
not want to
Well,
get murderated.
More of a.
I have a scorpion on my
hood.
face. Yeah, I have my hood. I can just go.
A second
Does it
match.
have to be a weapon?
you
Like
can
a
make
scarf,
it
or do you just want?
Oh no, I definitely have a scarf. I can
Okay.
cover everything except for like my eyes,
Right.
which is definitely what I'm gonna do.
All right, so the Foundry,
Because that's how. That's how I wander around. wander
Miles,
around.
and Darul.
with-
Where
Draw myself.
where is everyone else going? I've got you two.
Can I go somewhere quiet by myself?
Sure.
Cool.
Somebody wants to talk to our gauntlet.
What?
Probably.
Sentient
How
gauntlet.
well I
There's a
read
sentient gauntlet.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's probably okay. I got more emails from past players in the Tanar campaigns that I have run for that one act that I think I've had in years. Everyone is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I just put it.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling really good about that. Like,
Solid.
good decision on my part. All right, so I've got Vave going there, Trip and Y and.
Trip, you got anywhere you want to go?
I'm going with Colin.
All right, so you guys are going shopping.
By shopping, I mean cheese, chocolate, rabbits, and underground market.
Cheese, chocolate.
Also, if I find any tarot cards, just keeping my eyes out.
Okay.
Also, I have all the money, so neener.
Yeah, I need some of that. Probably.
Okay, and then I'm gonna say, okay, Ryan, let's go around the city and we can meet all my friends because I'm a mercenary to outlying cities. And I'll tell them all about my friends that give me adventures, and then when I do them, I come back and they give me money. It's such a good system.
That seems... Okay, we'll come... We're going to start here and we're going to work back around. in a circle. I do love my NPCs, every one of them.
That's why you kill them so swiftly and mercilessly.
Oh, I killed like a
Ryan.
third of mine from my
Yeah,
campaign.
actually, no,
Felt
that's
good.
just for the emotional reaction of the players. But you'll fall in love with the next one just as hard.
Aww.
No way. Ryan's a keeper.
All right, so you guys make your way to Cordon's Hammer. It is a massive, multi-building foundry, and you can just hear the sounds of hammers striking anvils, the squelching noise of hot metal being put into cooling barrels. You can see the large smelter where they are, heating up ore to really kind of get all the impurities out. And there is a tall creature that looks to be about a half giant, gray skinned. You recognize a Jathal basically anywhere, and he is shouting orders to the different work crews as you walk in. The protective magics that sort of ward each workspace keep the heat down to just this side of blistering. You've been in enough forges to know that these they're running very hot. Whatever they're, this isn't bronze. This is more like steel foundries or even more, if that makes sense. Something even harder and more difficult to work with that requires higher temperatures.
I guess we're gonna ask around. What's that guy's name? Did you write it down? Corden? Corden. We're looking for Corden.
And you found him.
Well, good.
His voice kind of comes out, and it's very gravelly. It's sort of I won't do a Tom Waits, but think like Tom Waits.
Okay. We're here to see if we can use your foundry to make some stuff.
You a blacksmith? You don't have the look of it.
How about the guy next to me?
He's a dwarf. He has the look of it.
All right.
Throw both of my hammers on my shoulders. Boaz sent us. Said you owe him a favor.
He's calling it in for you.
Yes, sir.
What do you need?
Need to make use of your foundry in order to work with some obsidian. And maybe see if you have any other jobs for later time.
Blacksmith jobs?
Essentially, there's way to make some extra coin at some point in time.
Let me see how it works with the obsidian weapons. We'll talk from there. He points to one of the open stalls. You can go use that one. Boaz's favor buys you a day. After that, you pay in coin.
What do I need to know about the magic wards and things that are going on here? This isn't quite like... This is a little bit cooler than some of the forges and foundries I'm used to working with back home.
As long as you don't spill any metal on it, you don't need to worry about it.
Spill any metal on...
Any of the runes on the floor, on the forges, or on the anvils.
So don't spill your metal.
Don't roll a 1.
Don't roll a 1!
Alright, so you want to try and forge a dagger for him.
And a wee tiny...
And a wee sword!
Start with that one.
Where's your smallest hammer?
Alright, so
Actually, like a
give
little
me... This is going to be an intelligence plus level.
I wish I was
plus
there
your
so I could
background.
give him the boon of destiny.
So, which weapon are you
Ooh.
forging first?
I'm going to start with the larger obsidian blade.
Okay, the one for him.
Yeah, the
Can I
the
argue
regular
that I am
size.
connected to all of them and have some form of like sense when they need me?
You could argue that, but that is not how the Fate Weaver works.
Darn!
So, if I'm a intelligence level background,
Yes. Plus D20.
and
Yeah.
it's shiny.
Whose weapon are you forging first?
The larger one. So
The dagger? Okay.
Somebody interrupted.
Living
You were
space.
trying to help.
Yeah.
You should have rolled the other one first. Oh, it's actually not bad. He was just quiet, and I got nervous.
I'm trying to do math.
I did too over here. I was waiting. I was waiting for him to either like deep sigh or be like
17.
15.
All right,
is
and
an
then what's
average.
your roll for the sword?
I'll have to go with a die that you gave me.
Oh,
Even better, 24.
All right.
That was good.
crying.
So you
Said 17 is so good.
forge these the daggers and the blades, and it takes you a good 10 hours. You use the majority of your time there to get this set up. Now, what you make a it's brutal looking dagger for you.
Okay.
It does the same damage that your other daggers do.
Cool.
But it is a custom made dagger with items that you have recovered from the dungeon on your way. So basically, there is a better chance that it will awaken to magic. It's just not awakened to magic right now. Now that little sword you made.
I should add that on the hilt of his dagger, I also put a small imprint of a 4-pointed star.
Okay.
Just as a family marking.
All right. That little sword you made, the toothpick. That thing is among your best work. It seems to pick up the fire from the forge. As you you're like, is it done? I don't know. That's right. It stabs clear through your gums into the roof of your mouth.
No.
All right, so 10 hours later, you have these two weapons. All right. We're going to actually take our break now, and when we come back, we're going to start with Vave and see what is she doing. Sitting by herself. It'll be a very short... What do you do? I sit there by myself. All right, cool. On to Trip. No, so this is Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. These are our, as of now, unnamed heroes. But thank you guys all for playing. I really enjoy running this game. Very excited about seeing where it goes. And we will be back in 20 minutes to see what happens in the rest of this session. So, this is Iconic Production. It's Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. I'm JM. These are our heroes. We'll see you in 20. right, and we're back. So when we last left off, like 20 minutes ago, you two went and forged some weapons. Well done. All right, so Fave. Oh, you forged some weapons. He watched.
Thank you.
He pumped your bellows.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like that.
It's an essential. You got to stoke the fire. You got to keep it hot. So
That's right.
I'm gonna wander.
I'll pump my own bellows then.
You don't have a weapon then.
I mean, do I have to watch him?
You actually do because we made the rolls already. So
Oh,
sorry.
we did. Do I have that in
The
writing?
die have been cast.
There's an
Get out
X
of here.
that is your X.
Dagger, rolled a 17, sword, and stats. It happened. I actually have video record if you would like to go.
That's
I would like to
Let's
submit
find
it
out
to
what
evidence.
she does.
Did I say that right?
What?
Oh, no. Babe, you're off by
Yes,
yourself.
it's close
Okay, I would like to ask my gauntlet a few questions, if I could.
Sure.
Okay, well, is he going to be talking to me? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like...
I mean, I don't know if it's okay, but he will definitely be talking to you.
Okay, cool.
He's gonna murder everyone and you.
Interesting tea.
Take over your soul, probably.
Anyway, okay, so I was wondering,
Yes.
who has worn you before?
No one.
Okay.
You should ask, are you good?
Are you good?
As I said, I was forged by my master.
Who's...
He was betrayed before he could assemble. Had he assembled the armor, donned it, no force of this world or the next would be able to harm him. Or you, for that matter, if you were to collect and assemble it. I see your soul and your mind. I know your history. You are a being not unacquainted with death and the will necessary to rule.
I'm entranced right now. How do I find the other pieces?
Oh,
I'm gonna break one of them.
I can guide you to them.
How?
Would you let me put a picture in your mind?
And that's how you start going crazy, folks.
Do it. It has never let me wrong before.
That's why.
Says the only crazy
I don't think
one.
that was why. I'm pretty sure that was Shawnee.
Talking gauntlets never steered you wrong.
Never in my life.
It's true.
Um,
I've never been led astray by one.
me neither. So
Okay,
we're
let's-
gonna go for it. So yes,
Bad choice.
I already have a different picture in my head, so I'll be fine. Plus, if you go crazy, then that'll be too. Right? It'll be great. And then we're like
Just
a third of the population.
Have to figure out how to murder her, even though it says no one can with her.
Not yet. Only if she's on the pieces of the arm.
I'm definitely
The
gonna break one
helm?
of them, though.
Was borne away to the south to be gifted to one such as you long ago.
Sorry.
No, take your time. I don't want to I've got a lot of word vomit up here, and I don't want it to
Actually, show.
You're trying to
overflow. Yeah, I'm trying to choke
Hold
it
it
back
in.
just a bit. Yep. Sorry to all the party pukers out there.
Okay.
And the girdle is as close as you want it to be, for it was taken into the abyss, or rather it was sent there. It would be a simple matter for me to open a gate for you. have any other questions for your gauntlet?
It's so suspenseful.
I know. Breath out.
You could ask what you have to do in the portal place.
But I haven't.
All right.
What will happen when all pieces come together? Will anything happen? Like you said, I will be. No harm will come to me, but
That's true.
will
But-
anything else happen?
The power of my master that was imbued into this weapon, into this armor, into myself, will be at your command. And your will, we will carry out.
So sweet.
All right, one more.
Good gravy.
Oh, I get one more.
You get one more, and
Could
then
you
it's gonna.
imagine?
You kind of get the feeling that when you have these discussions, it takes a while for it to sort of recharge and rest, and then kind of come back to the surface. But if you remember, I did say there was a big crystal on the back of the hand.
Okay.
It will guide you to the helm if you wish.
If I wish, what does that mean? Like, how do I do that?
Do you wish it?
You wrote the lamp.
Maybe not at this moment.
You
When
should
you
just
do.
do it. You should just make
When
it
you
happen.
do, wish it.
Just do it. Just do it. Get it over with.
Do it. What's
Okay.
the worst that could happen?
I could
She gets
die.
trapped there forever and dies.
Babe is never seen from
kinda
again.
bad. Okay.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.
Alright. I guess I wish it.
Okay, you feel a strong pull to the south. Like as you focus on it, you can feel like the crystal is sort of like a dowsing rod is sort of not ever enough to like throw you off, but you're constantly aware of this. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
And that's how V got sucked into the cult of the Great Drainer.
Huh?
So, yeah, he just tells you his whole life story.
I mean, it's short, but that's fine.
Not much willpower on V's end.
He hasn't been alive that long.
It's been a rough 7 months.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Well,
It happens. It happens to the best of us. So
the more they write notes, the harder I plot.
you.
So,
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for. Well, first of all, before this happens, I need to stock up on supplies.
okay. It's pretty easy to find cheese.
Chocolate, rabbits, and tarot cards.
Yes.
Okay.
Those cost you no more than 20 gold pieces.
Okay. And then there's an alchemist around for maybe a few more healing potions and or oils/runes.
Sure, you can find an alchemist
Okay.
that is available for that.
Okay. Yeah, because I would like to pick up some healing potions, and all the healing potions we picked up have been adventure.
They have an adventurer tier. So, what's the name of the alchemist you find?
Chaz? Chaz.
Chaz? Twosies?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, so what's one distinguishing characteristic of Chaz?
He has a magnificent handlebar mustache.
I'm sorry, I will stop.
No, it's fine. Trip talks to me like this all the time.
So good.
Alright. Welcome to Chaz's.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything.
That is, yeah. too good.
He's got several keys that hang from the bars of his handlebar mustache.
Neat.
What can I obtain for you?
Oh, good gravy.
I do have good gravy. I will be right back.
Wait, Chaz.
Yes,
no.
and it
No, it's
kind of
fine.
clink.
I was gonna say it's fine if he left and then comes back with gravy. I will buy gravy because
It is good gravy.
I'm sure it will taste.
Yeah, it is. It's great on rabbit.
That's what I was thinking. Rabbit cheese and gravy. Okay.
And
I'm not sure what rabbit cheese would be like, but
That doesn't sound
Trip will
tasty.
absolutely find out.
There was a comma in there, but that's fine.
I don't think there was.
there was for me. There was not for him.
were you
It's
just
fine.
here for the gravy?
No. We are here for... Do you have any healing potions?
I do indeed. I make them myself.
That's scary.
Does he use the weed?
How much do they cost?
I sell them for 30 gold pieces apiece. For I am not a greedy soul, and they come naturally to me.
What are they made out of?
Urine?
How dare you?
Do you want to know the recipe, or do you want them for 30 gold?
You should get.
I think I want them for 30 gold.
Wait, we should get the recipe so we can make them ourselves.
But none of us are an alchemist.
Maybe we could learn.
Why don't I pick up, say, like, 5?
Excellent.
And I'll take the recipe too.
Excellent.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice.
He even did the
Every rose
yes.
its thorn.
Yes.
He gives you 5 and not the recipe.
Aw.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, 5 times 30, 50.
It's a secret recipe, possibly from the future.
Very.
Yes.
Possibly. Okay.
So, could we. I'm
Does
not there.
Chaz have a dog?
Are there, do you have any oils
I do.
or runes?
Peppermint, spearmint,
Okay.
thieves.
I was more
Sweet
thinking
thieves.
like adventuring
Goodness.
oil.
Well, thieves' oil has to be good for something.
Oh,
I mean,
Thieves use it.
yeah, it's true.
Yes. Yeah.
It's good stuff.
That is true. Would thieves' oil keep the thief alive?
I do not know what thieves use it for. Only how to make it.
I guess I'll take some thieves' oil.
Alright, he definitely sells you that for 100 gold pieces.
100!
Hey, quality essential oils are expensive to make.
That's true.
I'm not gonna
said
buy that.
Wait, I have an idea.
It's this close.
Oh, man.
Before we make the decision to purchase or not,
Yes.
and I'm gonna assume that Colin is having to translate this for Trip. Trip is going to
Oh
ask,
no. Chaz speaks the languages of all customers.
Wow.
That's right.
We should take
I do have a magnificent handlebar mustache. Clank, 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 clank.
So she's gonna ask if she can like just look at it, just touch it and look at it. So
Yes.
yeah, so he doesn't realize she's
No.
she's totally
Chaz is an innocent soul.
I like inciting
Chaz.
on the effectiveness.
Chaz
If it's
is
actually
weird.
if it's snake oil or if there's actually a
No,
benefit.
it's
It's legit.
legit high quality thieves oil.
What about the
Which
grape?
What do
does
you
Okay,
do with
but
that?
Wait, is it?
The intent, the insight, other than yes, that is exactly what it is, but
Just smells good and you
Wait,
can
does it
clean
mean
with
the
it?
same thing? It doesn't realize.
It does help with colds.
Don't buy
is there
it.
actually a benefit behind it?
It
are we
it is potent, whatever it is.
Okay.
It's delicious.
Your
It's in my essential oil diffuser right now.
That's right.
Okay.
Your thief
For
would
real,
know
in
what to
real
do
Oh,
with it.
yeah, I got some numbers. It's fine. 100?
Yes. It is made from. Now, I can't even make that joke in jest.
You want some icon relationships? I can't use them for anything.
And then you rolled all those, and we don't have any.
I know.
I know you guys are like that.
I just want to fight something so I can use all of my tokens.
Well, remember,
Yeah.
they are very rarely useful in fights. You can use them for anything. Like
I don't know what I would. I was thinking I'd just give it to him so they could get the recipe for the thing.
Chaz.
yes,
For 100 gold pieces, I don't suppose we could have the thieves and maybe a name or location of someone
What name do you
who
need?
works below ground in a similar occupation, maybe one more of flesh sculpting.
Oh, no. I do not know that. Chaz is excellent to everyone. Be excellent.
Be excellent.
Flesh sculptors are not excellent.
No, they're not. Anyone in town you
They're
would
kind of a
recommend?
bummer.
Totally.
Totally, dude.
I can hear Becca's teeth grinding from here. Not Colin's teeth.
Is there anyone else you recommend in seeing in town here?
For what?
I kind of like that.
Information,
I get extra
help.
hit points.
Oh,
I'm thinking just
you
We
could all...
need,
new dagger.
things to be done because we gotta earn some more money now.
Because,
For coin. Well, the library of Ithen is always looking for people to go out and learn things and then bring it back to them.
learn. Man.
They have a lot.
Quite an
Knowledge.
excellent alchemist.
Also, there was that bogus attack on the town
There
by
was,
those
yeah.
scorpion people.
Uh-huh.
No one's done anything with them.
No, I think someone has. Like, because somebody stopped them, right? Like, they didn't go through town and destroy the town, did they?
No, but they definitely took some people.
Who did they take and where'd they go?
Oh, Theodore was taken.
Theodore.
Yeah.
It's always the best of us.
Somewhere Orion is just patting you on the shoulder.
You're just talking to yourself, but actually imagining something in real life.
Also, Ernalda, she's a little halfling baker.
Uh-huh.
She was Ernalda. And
Theodore.
yeah, Theodore and Logan.
And Logan. Logan wasn't lucky, was he?
No, he got taken. It's like as unlucky as you can get.
Any idea where that went? Direction?
Down.
Into the sewers?
Yeah.
Or like, okay. Nobody went after them?
Boaz may have sent some people. But Benson Gree, that guy's more worried about all the people being taken south.
Which people have been taken south?
Oh. They tried to take old Chaz, but Chaz wasn't vibing on them.
Yeah.
They've got a... They really tried to harsh his...
Vibe.
Yeah, that voice in my head knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Do you people be taking? Okay, we'll talk to Benson Gree about that one.
Do that.
Wait, Theodore was taken.
Yeah,
It wasn't excellent.
it was not excellent.
His adventure.
All right, so you're buying the potions? I don't know how
Go
much.
by
And the-
Ted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, no, because where's the other
10
one? Where's,
points to
Bill.
where's William?
Right, that's why I said, what about William?
Oh.
And what about the gravy? Let's get back to the gravy, too.
Yeah,
It's
no,
in a
I
boat.
bought it.
It's in a boat.
Don't you
About
ever
it all.
forget.
Don't.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Could I use one of these tokens to have the Wanderer bestow my newly made dagger with something?
Nice.
Or is it too late since he's already rolled?
No, I'd allow you to use that. We'll cover that here in a bit, though.
Especially because you got two wanderers.
Wait,
Yeah.
this is a dumb question.
There's no doubt.
Alchemists in 13th Age
Yes.
are health potion creators, salve creators, but they're you would need
Reagents.
shoot.
Sorry.
The people who create enchantments.
enchanter?
Is not an alchemist.
No,
Or
alchemists can do
enchantresses.
enchantments as well.
So for imbue, is that the right word? With magical, like some kind of magical properties, depending. But do you have to have some form of rune?
You actually have to have, so in Tanar, you have to have basically the knowledge, something to hold the spell, and then something to focus it into. So in this case, icon relationships count in that, or, background.
Okay. So theoretically, Trip could give Chaz her piece of excellent. Her piece of obsidian.
Yeah.
Cash in Demoloth, and potentially create something from that.
It would have to be something undead or something death related, or anti-death, right?
Anti-death would be good.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to do that, do you have something in mind, or you want to think about it for a bit?
Well, I was thinking of like a signet, not necessarily a crown, but close.
Mm-hmm.
So great lines.
Circlet.
You could get
So-
nailed.
Is that? I thought it was called a signet.
No, signet's a ring.
Oh, I'm
Finger
sorry. So
fingers.
circlet.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Not good
Jake.
at words.
But I'm not. So anti-death would be some kind of maybe some kind of basic bonus to maybe like a saving throw.
I will come back. This was a
Or-
6, yes? No questions asked, or was this a 5?
No, it was a 5.
Okay. Excellent. I will come back
Okay.
to you in a second.
Spooky.
I mean, or if it's death related, that's fine too. We can
Okay.
flip coins, but
Is there anything else you want to buy before you head out?
No, I got the potions
All right.
and gravy.
And thieves'
and thieves'
oil.
oil. Better
All right.
like it.
So you are headed through the town with Orion. So you were a mercenary here.
Yes, I made many friends.
Seems well.
Friends or employers?
We're gonna find out.
Friends. Definitely friends.
Excellent.
Sometimes they give me money, though. It's really a win-win situation.
It sounds like it.
It is.
So do you not go back to Estelin at all?
No. Well, maybe. No. Only when it's required of me. But my friends, sometimes they ask me.
Ah. And these people that you travel with, they are your friends as well.
They don't go with me. I have all the friends I need out in the woods and stuff when I'm traveling.
But the people you travel with now, are they friends as well or no?
Oh, they are my best friends.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. They keep me around all the
They
time.
are an eclectic bunch.
Yeah. They're so weird.
Said the Chaos Mage to the Pixie Knight. Yes, they are. They are quite strange.
Anyway, so as you'll see, this is the corner. It traditionally smells like moss, which is so funny. It's probably because of that trash can.
Yes. So, do you... What was your greatest adventure before you teamed up with these folks and rescued me from the bowels of that castle? I'm going to keep saying that because I like Lee's recap.
The greatest adventure. Shoot, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be true either.
Well, one time, I was out in my backyard, and I saw this little bug running around. And It was
Yes.
funny colored, and for some reason, my head was just like, you should probably eat it. So, a couple days went by, and I made so many new friends. They told me about all the things that we did. It sounded like a real trip. I don't remember. But it was awesome.
Real trip, all right.
Well, the real Trip, please stand up.
Well, I've been to Druthan maybe once before this. I was here at the Battle of the Herald.
Wow.
Yes, I was one of the knights that the Queen sent, along with a couple hundred of her larger knights. It was a big battle. But he has nothing else to say. But Bloodthorn poked many eyeballs that day, and I blinded several large creatures.
How did you get in the castle?
Oh, that is a tale. Well, I have not been entirely honest with you. Why, and I am very sorry, but I was afraid you would not understand. I have been exiled from Estelin until I complete a quest. It seems that... Well, needless to say, I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and wrong actions were taken, and I was rather justly blamed for them. And so...
Bad lawyer.
And so, without any chance to defend myself in a court of law or among my peers, I was exiled by Oberon, who is our regent under the Spell Queen. And I was told not to come back until I had ended a great threat to the lands and the woods of the Spell Queen. And all I know is that, and he reaches under his breastplate and he pulls. I mean, it's like a hair's thickness of a golden, not even a chain, right? It's like 3 golden wires braided together and a little green pendant. And he's like, and this, and you can see the pendant sort of grows dark at the tip and starts pointing off to the southwest. Well, that is not the direction it was pointing first, but they said this would lead me every step along my way on my quest. And this has led me. It led me to the castle. It led me into its bowels. Snicker, snicker. And it now points in that direction. So, I do wish to go back to Estelin someday, but I must say, Oberon is kind of a stick in the mud. And it has been quite nice to, fly across the Desolates myself, and granted, being captured was not exactly how I would have done that, nor being used as some sort of energy source. You understand how it goes. But yes, I find myself not fearing the future for the first time in a while. There is as you are walking down, some guy just kind of holds out a chunk of charred meat, sort of in front of you. Hey, lady, rat on a stick! Rat on a stick! Finest rat on a stick in Druthan! It definitely looks like a charbroiled rat.
Really?
On a stick.
Okay, I want
The guy's marketing is solid. Like, he's on brand.
I want to say thank you and pull the rat off the stick and just walk away.
Ma'am, Orion goes, here. And he throws just like a couple of, they seem to be sparkling rocks at the guy. Sorry. So anyway, that definitely smells like rat on a stick.
Do you want it?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I only eat, mushrooms.
That explains so much.
Okay, I want to just take it and, throw it somewhere.
Okay.
But, in a cool way, and then it's going to go somewhere.
The rat arcs and lands in this small urchin's, collection bag. He looks very excited and goes running off into an ant, eating a rat on a stick.
Okay. A rat without a stick.
There's
no stick anymore.
There's
That's
no
true.
stick.
You have a stick. You have a greasy, ratty stick.
I have the best stick, plus an additional.
Your new stick is...
Not as fun.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, listen. Orion's honor is important to me. I think that we should search for your honor again. I will stand by you and I will help because I'm very helpful. If you accept me, of course.
Well, I mean, of course.
Adventures of Orion.
Theme song. Alright, so.
This makes me think about, what was that slug?
What slug? In what context?
Your slug in 13th stage. Your old
slug.
soul.
Oh, Gerarda!
Right.
Not Gerardia, which is what I was saying.
Giardia.
No. Alright, so, as you were wandering back there, Dave, you hear as you're kind of moving back down the streets back into the city, you hear, saved it.
The sound of the world tumbling down and you glimpse.
You're welcome, JD. That is a mighty fine gauntlet that you have there. Very strange armor.
Who says that to her?
You just hear the voice.
Maybe he has a
What does
round
the
stick
guy
thing,
look
too.
like?
It looks there's an old man in kind of mud splattered robes with a very short cropped white beard and a mop of white hair.
Thank you.
Do you have any plans for it?
Yes, I do.
Smash him open.
Wow!
Wow! And Chaos Mage,
Trying to
everyone!
keep a low profile here.
Seems to me you had any kind of points to your armor. Plenty of chances to collect power.
Yes.
Falling back into old habits, Vave?
So who is this guy?
Deny! Or accept, and start talking to this curious old man.
I think you might be mistaken.
Oh, I have forgotten very many things. But when one raises up a warlord from the brink of death, sets them on a new path, one tends to remember it.
Or is it the Rivener?
It's not the Rivener.
Okay.
The Rivener is
I didn't think it was the Rivener. I thought it was Somber as well.
So would I recognize him now that he said that?
you don't remember, like, the Wanderer never appears to the same people in the same way, but it definitely feels that, like, that's too specific knowledge for it to be kind of anyone else.
How does he know who I am?
He's the Wanderer.
He's the Wanderer.
He's like a
He just
god.
knows.
Yeah, he's an icon. Like,
Okay.
he's the one. He's the
Sorry,
one
you
who
got-
raised you up off the field. That was in your background. That's why you have a tie to him, because he's the one who's trying to basically redeem Vave's soul.
Okay.
My old man face.
How do you know me?
Oh, I've known dozens like you across the ages of the world. In fact, I believe it will depend on whether the path you're on will set you into connection with another one whose life I've touched, but whether that is a collision course or a journey to be taken together remains to be seen. But I'm more interested in what you plan to do with that gauntlet.
You should just tell him.
Power is power, Vave. The power does not make one's will right. One must fight your own nature to ensure what you are doing is correct.
How do I know what I'm doing is correct?
How do any of us do? Some of us have little voices that they talk to. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. That tells them what to do. Others confer with allies, as strange as they may be. They talk back and forth. See what seems best to them. Others follow the traditions of their ancestors, while still others have an innate compass to guide them, even if they sometimes pocket it and do not look at it for several days. But what I would say to you, if you ever feel tempted, that is probably a sure sign that you are being drawn back into the path that led to the forging of that armor. Do not interfere in the lives of those who do not have the potential for heroic souls, but the choice still must be yours. But I would ask you, what does it want of you?
I don't know. What if it could be used for good?
What if anything could be used for good?
So it can be used for good?
Question is not in the tool, but in the person who wields it. I'm here for another reason, but I often find it is good to check in on those who wander through this world.
Are you looking for a compass? So you don't have to wander. Or a map.
Here, Dora.
What has it called?
Dora.
Yeah, she's a good explorer. What? No, that didn't work? That joke? Okay.
I missed
No,
it.
no, no.
I'm sorry.
I
missed it
got
too.
it. It landed. I just was.
I appreciate that.
So what is the reason you were here?
I am here to speak with, to deliver. You could do it for me.
Okay.
Speaking of compasses, he reaches into one of his belt pouches and he pulls out a small piece of linen that has been folded up. You can see some black markings that like you're looking on the back side of something like this, but drawn in charcoal.
Mm-hmm.
You would give this to your friend.
Why?
The rogue. I have belief that he will have need of it.
Okay.
I wish you the best in this life, Ave. I did not think you had the soul of a hero. Or your journey to the plains of dust and ash would have been completed long ago. But, as always, I find myself needing to be in another place. You may have already lingered here too long, but please make sure that Miles gets that with all of my well-wishing. I'm sure he'll know what to do with it.
Thank you.
All right. And he just kind of walks into the door of this house. You hear a very manly shriek, and then he's gone.
I keep picturing him as like a mystic, which I know is completely copywritten and wrong fucking universe, but
I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time picturing it. Could you, the manly shriek?
Yeah. Chris, could you? That was it. You all heard it because you kind of know we got to finish up with Chaz, and then.
Oh yeah.
So, that is how I came to inherit this place.
We will be back.
Excellent.
Totally.
He reaches down and he pulls out a very strange series of wooden castanets, and he replies back to you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, see you. Do you want me to have some? Or did you find that I didn't?
This is not about the castanets.
Is this about the castanets? Just because it's not about them doesn't mean that it isn't about them.
So he says that if you come back in 2 days, he will take that piece of obsidian and craft something for you.
Cool.
Alright. Alright, so at this point you all slowly converge back in the House of Blades. That's the only central location that you have at this point.
so we don't have a castle.
Someday.
Don't look at me.
Guys, the world is our castle.
I'm with her on this one. Not always, but with this one I am.
Alright, so you guys kind of all... Night is falling in Druthan.
Sure.
Guess so, maybe. Maybe might have eaten some shrooms, I guess.
Sounds good.
Would you like to tell our leader dude who we are?
Orion?
Well, do we all agree?
What?
Did everybody see it?
No.
Oh, my bad.
No, I didn't know.
did.
Do I need to cover my ear? Wait, you gotta slip out of
No, you don't.
Chaz. Chaz. Every time he says his name, they get more Z's.
Yeah.
Chaz.
Oh,
You always find him restful.
we were just
There's always more
debating
Z's.
about our name earlier, and with the fact that we all picked, or a bunch of us picked up the obsidian, doing something with that, and then since there seems to be a lot of talk about souls and whether or not people are going to lose them or keep them,
Or have them trapped somewhere.
or have them trapped somewhere. So what about the
See previous episodes.
right? What about the obsidian souls as our totally epic?
I'm gonna need some obsidian, though.
You
I
just
got some.
forged
I've
some
forged-
obsidian.
But I don't have any.
Yeah,
I feel like, do you have more?
yeah.
Okay, then
I have a whole
Here,
bag of it.
have the guild deliver you some.
maybe I can. Well, we'll see.
I have an eyeball.
Remind me
He's
how
just
you
like-
evolved.
What?
Let me tell you the story after.
He's like, here, you get an icon. You get an icon.
Well, he has two. I have two. She has one.
Yeah,
we
you
have
guys-
so many icons.
Yeah,
we
you
have
guys
like
need to start spending them. I
Well, you-
spent mine.
anyway.
I haven't done that much so far.
Obsidian
yeah.
souls, though.
Are we
Pretty cool.
good with that?
I like it.
Okay, cool.
That is our.
Boaz
Some
is-
obsidian.
Yeah, I got you, obsidian.
All right.
That's what. That's what.
I'm about to shove it in your face.
Yeah, what would happen if you ate it?
Just
Probably shatter your
Colin,
inside.
Dowell.
Yeah, it would tear you up.
Yeah,
You
that
ate
sounds
the
good.
obsidian?
Yeah.
Do
Why?
you wanna die?
That's what it sounds like. I mean, she's already mostly dead, so.
Sort of. She'd be like, it's a science project.
Possum
I'll be
came
back.
in my
Okay.
head, like,
Cool.
Anyway.
all right. I will mark it down. The Obsidian Souls. Not the worst name that I've heard of.
What is the worst?
Thanks. Brenton's Bruisers. That was it.
No,
Billy Bob's Cookies?
there was well, right about the time we stopped serving whiskey in the House of Blades. We had 3 different bungholes. It's the part of a whiskey barrel
Yes.
where you
Where,
put the
It's-
where it
bung.
comes out.
Yes.
That's where the bung
It's
goes.
not
so
funny.
funny.
It's a bunghole.
Right.
Why?
Okay,
It's so
anyway.
funny.
You had 3
Couldn't tell you why.
I'm 5. It's fine.
All right, so you guys there resting?
I guess.
What do you guys want to do?
I still want to.
Discuss. Is it nighttime?
We could transport ourselves all the way to the southern whatever place while we wait for the thing.
We do need to wait, or we do need to discuss because there are some jobs
Oh, yeah, I got those.
that we can look into while we wait for the auction to happen.
Go into the sewers?
Go into the sewers.
Or find out what happened with Benson Gree
That's the provost.
when the people were taken south, but not sewer south, but like actual south.
I'm thinking if we... How much more time we got for the Red Alchemist, we know?
You got about 3 weeks.
Oh,
I don't know that I really want to go far.
I mean, we could go south, though.
Well, how far
Sewers.
south?
Right.
Underground is better.
We can get really far really fast, and then make our way back.
You gonna call in a favor with the guild?
I'm asking.
I mean, we could. So we can talk to the provost, Benson Gree, about that. We can also talk to Boaz and Benson Gree about the fact that people have been taken into sewers, and maybe we can get them back right away.
Or we can get Orion's honor back.
That's a long time. I mean, hunting in the sewers would probably be smart.
I do see who I'm not friends with.
Oh. Sorry.
I shall name my new sword Eye Biter.
I'm writing that down.
Be careful. I'm pretty good with the dagger.
Orion.
You're welcome.
Yes.
That's a grudge.
We could help Orion and his honor. If
That would also be south, which would be in the direction.
so,
So let's stop
for
there
a
first.
vote, head south or head to the sewers?
I say sewers first and then south after the auction.
I feel like 3 weeks is a long time.
Yes.
Well, yes, pinky touch. It took us 10 days to do the castle and back. So
How far away is south?
that's the question. We don't
None
know.
of you really know.
I could know.
I know someone who knows.
You wanna cash in your token? You totally can.
But I would want to use it to get us there.
Okay.
Okay, then let me use mine because I have the Spell Queen, and he was banished by the Spell Queen. So perhaps I could be like, hey, I believe in Orion. He is an incredible, amazing person, and I want to get him his honor back.
Okay.
You
We
also
should
want to
help.
get him to be your boyfriend, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Token. Do you,
Size
anyone
doesn't
else want to
matter.
spend tokens for information or to get in contact with other people?
Love doesn't know
I
I
size.
want to just touch the
I will
necklace
tell you.
again.
My eyes.
Yeah. So he when you touch the necklace to gain insight, you see it's very hard to focus on her. Like in the vision, you see her. You could not describe her after the vision. There is a beautiful elven woman, kind of, that seems to exude light, and she's actually making the necklace that you see. And you can see that she takes a mask actually very similar to his. And you see she kind of breaks a piece of it off and crumples it up and pours it into the liquid there. And almost immediately it goes.
What does that mean?
It
The-
leads
the
us to
light.
the scorpions.
Oh.
What are you wanting? I see you picked up your icons.
Yeah.
So
I still want my obsidian claws.
Okay, how many magic items are you carrying right now? Just out of curiosity. Just one? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Are-
carrying. Yes, there's only one in me right now.
There's
Soon to be two.
if you're willing to spend
One-
your tokens, you can definitely find someone who can put them in there for you. It is there, so you would only need to spend one of them.
Excuse me.
They are.
5 or 6.
Oh, they're both 5s.
It is a 5.
So I can spend both of them if that helps.
So, I will. So you're gone for the rest of the night.
Sure.
You find a flesh sculptor, and then I'll chat with you real quick too. You find a flesh sculptor. You've never played Shadowrun, so all of the analogies I'm about to use don't make sense.
However,
So,
I
think of, like-
yes.
A dirty chop shop where they're actually, like, the Red Alchemist has sort of ascended in the last decade or so. And she has been teaching people her methods. And we're still in this is cutting edge alchemy. So you spend the rest of the night. They're willing to do it for you. In fact, having someone show up wanting to be experimented on, well, that's a rare treat for them.
Mm-hmm.
However, they don't do their work for free.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're heading south into the Desolates?
Possibly.
Token for egg.
They pull out a standard sort of binder. So it's a little disc, razored on 2 sides.
Mm-hmm.
You cut yourself once, you cut yourself the second time when you complete it. They'll gaze you. There are these worms in the Desolates. What we can do with their hide, well, I think you got part of it on you already. I need 2 of these worms brought back, preferably alive. You can get them small enough. You'll recognize them, the big ones that travel under the sands. I'll do the work now in advance. But you know if you break a gaze, everything shuts down.
Mm-hmm. I reach up and I pull down the scarf.
Yeah.
So I've always had the scarf up and over my nose, because I'm a plague elf. I actually don't have a nose, and I actually don't have flesh on a good portion.
You have the undead.
Yeah, it's undead, so it's grinning like face and probably somewhat terrifying. So I usually cover that up because I like to pretend like you guys think I'm somewhat normal. And I lean in close to them. I go, fine, we got a deal.
All right. So it'll be +1 to hit and damage, and I will apply an additional effect from the obsidian for you by next week.
Okay.
All right. So you use, and that was a 6?
Mm-hmm.
You had a 5, yeah. You had a 6. Mm-hmm. So you head out into Druthan, and you had a 6 for helping Orion. There are a number of Alicenti here, like wood elves like yourselves, that kind of stayed after the Battle of Herald, and they've opened up several gardens and inns, places for healing and rest and recovery. And so
this guy,
you get a number of people who are willing to talk to you. Very few of them heard about Orion, but one of them who has she's got kind of the pale green milky eyes of someone who is both blessed and cursed with the farsight.
Cool.
She says, "Oh, if you want to find Orion's honor and reclaim it, I've met the sprite. He is... I would say it's a shame that someone with that large of a heart was born in that large of or small of a body, but I have a feeling he's going to do great things one day. I know what you're looking for. I hesitate to say it because there are people who can hear its name spoken. Are you sure you want me to tell you what you're looking for?"
Absolutely. Wait. No, yeah.
It went by many names before, but I know that it is only now referred to as the chitinous dungeon. Not dungeon, donjon. So the keep of a castle that everything else has sort of fallen away.
How do you spell
Where
it?
you
Donjon.
The chitinous.
CHI.
T-I... Chitin... Yeah. Tinous.
There you go.
Chitinous.
Autocorrect didn't help me, so I wasn't going to help you.
D-O-N-G...
D-O-N-J-O-N.
J-O-N. Thank you.
Listen, it's existed for a long time. Many people have had visions of it. If you're going to seek it out, I'd say you should do your research. Don't go in there blind.
So I need to have visions too? I don't have any mushrooms on me.
No, dear. There are people in this town. The House of Blades is a place of knowledge. The Library of Athin is a place of knowledge. Even the Empire, is strange as a concept as it is, they have records as well. I would very strongly suggest that you don't go in blind. She kind of smirks.
She's blind.
Yeah. But if you go there, there's a good chance that you'll come back out with Orion's honor.
Cool.
Anyone else want to spend tokens? Yes, please. What do you want to try and find out?
Actually, what I want to do is go back to Boaz. Because Boaz is higher up with the Guild of Falling Leaves, right?
No,
No, he's not.
Boaz
House
is
of
not.
Knives.
Boaz is
House of Knives,
Is the
yes,
run,
thank you.
is the
House of
is the
Blades.
is
House
the
of
person?
Blades.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He is the
House
person
of
who runs,
Knives.
and the House of Blades is basically the adventuring guild house.
So, what I want to do, my icon relationship for Guild of Falling Leaves was my 6.
Okay.
So I want to go find them and use this icon relationship, call in this favor, to figure out what I need to do. Number one, because I've got the brand.
You do have the brand.
You could get rid of the brand.
Sold by them. Yeah, I want to go and try and get rid of it and see if I can get any more favor, information, anything else on top of it.
All right. So I mean, the guild is they have guild houses. They are an above board
They're totally legit.
trading house.
And I got traded. I'm gonna keep it covered.
Yeah, it's fair.
But I'm gonna.
You walk past 2 really big, like, he's a Pantheran.
Right.
He's like a Pantheran. The 2 guarding the door definitely seem more, lionish, and maybe. But when you walk in, there's a hooded and robed and very lithe figure behind, kind of the service area. There's the place where people can come in and deal with the guild, and then there's the warehouse beyond. You don't look like a patron. Sorry, normally we deal with people who have a little bit more wealth. What can the guild do for you today? Putting in a little slot machine.
Little slot machine. Hopefully they're not that random or, in the house's favor. But tell him I need to speak to somebody in private about settling the score. About settling...
Oh, do you have a debt with the guild? She pulls out a very small book.
A very small book. Not so much. But I need to speak to someone in private.
Well, you can speak with me.
Great. What is your name?
Oh. Sorry, I don't give that out.
How shall I address you?
You can address me as the keeper.
Good keeper. I have something I need to be rid of, and to determine how I can be back. I can be out of ill favor with the guild.
She just flips like 2 or 3 pages. Your name?
Darul.
You notice no matter how
gate mark of Crandruck Hold.
many pages she flips, there's never any more on one side or less on the other. Oh yes, Darul, you're supposed to be dead. That is embarrassing for us. There is a note here that says, "Oh, Erasmus. I suppose the whole contract then is technically completed if the bearer is dead. I suppose you would want the markings removed. Please. Very embarrassing for us. I'm so sorry about this. Really, you should be dead."
Yet, here I am.
All right. She sets a small little, very shallow vial of water or clear liquid. Rinse it off with that at dawn, and it should go away. Then a day or 2. I'm sure no one is still looking for that contract. Are you sure you're not dead?
Hold out my hands.
I'm no necromancer, but she kind of pokes at your hand. All right. Well, how would you rate your kidnapping?
They didn't wash the bag.
Okay, so neutral. She goes through a list of 20 questions with you.
I'll answer them all.
We don't always ever have the chance to actually fill one of these out. with certain types of marks.
You just had one lucky year of your life taken away. Now tell me.
So, I feel like, Erasmus will pay for this, but is there anything we could do as the guild, sort of, as a... normally we wouldn't compensate you as you are the cargo, but I do feel...
You should ask for the trophy.
Is there anything we can help you with? Favors, something minor we can transport for you.
Are people minor?
More free tattoos.
I was thinking we could
That's
try
the
and get
opposite.
the creator of the scorpion masks delivered to us.
Whoa.
I know that's kind of a big thing, but
I'm looking for...
I have this and this.
Drunk on power.
I'm looking for
Yeah, I just
supplies
wanna
and
do something
information
like that.
about disappearances into the sewer.
Any recommendations?
Give me a day or so to pull that together. That's, as long as it doesn't violate any other outstanding contracts, you know how the guild works. I'll have everything in tension and in balance.
What did you ask me?
Supplies and information about disappearances into the sewer.
All right. We got time for one more token turn in if anyone else wants to use one.
Do you guys want to try and get something, or?
Oh, I was just going to see if I could spend my last token to establish this flesh carver as, like, a point of contact for the Red Alchemist and myself.
Sure.
But that should just be...
What's his name?
Oh, good.
William.
Grendel.
Stimson.
Q. No, Q is...
There's
Gonna go
enough
off of
letters.
Y.
There's enough letters in this guild.
Stimson the Broken. Flesh sculptor. All right. You're
I
gonna
wanna-
call it in for transport.
I want to do something, but I want the team's opinion
Go
on
for
if
it.
we would actually want to have this person transported to us.
Yeah.
Okay, the crazy one says yes.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
This
I'm just the
person
GM.
being who?
The person that
Trip.
Trip,
Saw the
thank you.
vision.
Yeah, Trip saw in the vision, who is creating the scorpion masks and delivering them to the unknown masses.
Yeah,
maybe
the
if we
Scorpion Queen?
Yeah.
If
It'd
we
be
call her,
kind of
maybe
nice
we
to
can
just,
get-
get rid of her. Just have
Sure.
her and only her delivered to us. That would be
Let's bring
convenient.
the sorcerers from the past age, the daughter of oblivion and sorrow, to us
Hard no from Colin.
as level 2. Yeah, that's a hard no, but that's fine.
They delivered an
boo.
almost dead person.
Maybe she's nice though, and maybe she'll give us like an army of scorpions.
Maybe she'll give us all scorpion masks and we'll all be zombies.
Or scorpion socks.
I mean, I am thinking she could totally turn this thing into something that controls me, but that would suck. But
that'd be pretty
fine.
cool though.
Vave, what is
Not to give you
what is your
ideas.
thought? Yay or nay?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
So
Colin
you
says
think
no.
hell no?
No, I said
You
a
think-
hard pass.
Hard pass. Okay.
Also,
Yeah, hello.
Okay. I didn't know who this person was, but also if we could just get information from her and then,
Information about her, yes.
not
you could
Have
definitely
her-
turn in. You could definitely turn your tokens in for information.
all right.
Like all the information. Where is she? How strong is she? What is she?
I'm gonna use the Wanderer for that.
Okay.
I guess I might as well just give you this too. I'm not gonna be able to use it for much. Both 6s. But I would like to know, where is this person who is making more scorpion zombie people? Not zombie
Can
people,
she
but
control any other insects?
I don't necessarily care about that one.
The answer is no, though. That cost you one of your tokens. No.
Oh shoot!
So
Scorpions
you know a couple of things.
Insects, though. They're
Okay.
First of all, she is the only person who made these masks was the general of the Scorpion Legion,
Alright.
whose name's been lost. I mean, aside from the nomenclature that has been used, the daughter of Oblivion.
So that is the person who has put her soul into everybody.
Yep. Not to everybody, but she can split her soul up among different homunculuses.
Different
you know
what?
that
Homunculuses?
Homunculi.
What is it?
homunculi. Yeah, homunculi would be the plural.
What's
What
a
is that?
Homunculus
It's like a
is like a
created person.
Yeah, it's a created being that technically has a part of you in it.
Like a horse.
So when we
Like,
were
like
but
a
not trained.
living.
Have you ever seen
orc.
Full Metal Alchemist?
So we were
No.
fighting this.
Not very much.
We were fighting this group of people that seemed to disappear when we killed them, and their souls were all linked as one person.
Yeah.
And so those were all of her created.
So
little
where is this person who we're trying to find?
They tell you that the forces of light that defeated and trapped her legions, they bound the legions somewhere to the east of here. Your guess, the castle.
Where we found them.
Yeah. And there was a chitinous fortress to the south.
But that's just where the...
That's where the general was bound.
Okay.
Wait, the dungeon?
I have a
Yes.
question then.
Sure.
Did she see the general presently or past tense?
She does not know. Aside from the fact that the land of the Desolates was flowering and green, it is now a wasteland.
But could the Wanderer tell me?
So it's not, you're not speaking directly to him, but his agents in the thing, they let you know that the Desolates were once just a verdant plain that extended out from Estelin all the way to the sea. So their guess is that it's probably in the past. Okay. We can do some research on that for you if you want.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, at the start of next session, what is the group's plan? Where are you headed to?
Sewers?
The dungeon.
I think we want to check out the sewers, and then we will. So I think it's sewers, auction, and then into the Desolates.
Maybe a little bit of light blacksmithing in there.
Yeah.
When the urge strikes.
Dave,
When
you
the
on
iron's
board
hot.
with that?
Oh,
Yeah, I suppose as long as we can get stuff.
We do want to get south. I'm just thinking with the auction.
It's 3
We don't want to get
weeks.
too far away.
Do we have
There
information
are
on how
multiple
far-
timers going on, and that there's not, like, you can't do everything, if that
Right.
makes sense.
How far have we gotten any information
that's why
about
I'm
how far
thinking we should
south
go
the
south
Chitinous Dungeon
first.
or Chitinous Fortress is?
You have not. The donjon.
The donjon?
We don't know how far it is, so that's why.
Can we ask somebody?
we're hesitant
You,
to go south.
with your 2 turn-ins, you know that if you were to just travel on foot, it would probably be about a week's journey to the Desolates.
How long, in the question to the DM, would we have enough time to go south and make it back to the Red Alchemist's show?
Yeah, I mean, that's like 20-some days away.
Okay. So do we want to do south first and sewers later?
No, I think that's pushing
Sewers
it.
first.
Okay, sewers first.
Pushing it for...
Time.
Well, he said we could do it.
Well, I know, but still, that means we have like a few days there.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
So I would say sewers first.
All right, all those in favor of doing sewers first? All those in favor of going to the dungeon first?
So, sewers.
And Orion.
He counts as
Sparky.
a tenth of a vote.
So,
All right.
Sparky to raise his...
So,
Sparky is
you have time to...
Wait, what's in the dungeons? There's
The-
a dungeon?
The donjon.
Orion's
The
prisoner.
fortress.
The fortress.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Sewers. The other one we want more time.
No, that's 42. That flips it.
All right. So when we come next week, we will invest. You guys will be heading down into the sewers of Druthan to see what happened with the people. Also linked to the Scorpion people that Orion is after, and Orion will be heading in there with you. At least for now. And V.
No. Oh, be so close.
Yeah, don't worry. This side of the table has V and Orion.
Never
Okay. All right.
Before we forget,
Yeah.
what did the Wanderer give her to give to me?
You'll have to find that out next week.
Okay, I'm going to write that down.
You should write that
Good
down.
idea.
Keep it. All right.
But
Thank you
don't
all
know
for
that.
playing. This has been 13th Age, Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. We may have to change the name of that to the Obsidian Souls. But we will see about how we handle that after we wrap you'll finish our wrap up. I am JM, the GM. We will be back tomorrow night with our Torg game, and then on Thursday with Fading Suns. The crew of the Oh Boy should mostly be back. And then back into Gebercan on Friday. So thank you all for watching. This has been an Iconic production, and we will see you next week.